Y'all, I have plans, and I can't think of a better day to reveal my plans for my 2024 Butterfly Garden Season 5 on my channel than an overcast gray winter day in Florida. First thing that I want to do is I want to have a location in my garden for every type of butterfly, like a section where I have the host plants for the giant swallowtails and a section for the monarchs, which I already put in the milkweed garden. So we're good there. And really, my garden is kind of already set up that way. So I think it's going to work out super cool. Like right now, I am sitting in the butterfly haven, which will soon become the zebra longwing Gulf fritillary haven because it's already being covered in their host plant. So that'll be fabulous. And there'll be a video coming about that too. I'm thinking about making the potting treehouse for the eastern black swallowtails because I've already got the bronze fennel up here. My host plants for them tend to be potted. So I think this might be the perfect space unless I end up needing to use it for overflow for my business. But I'm thinking the eastern black swallowtails are going to be getting to live in the treehouse. My spice bush, which is currently dormant, is not all that far from my sassafras. You can see the orange leaves back there. So like this area up here can be for the spice bush swallowtails. See how that works? So then I can move my other potted spice bush. Do I have potted spice bush? I can move my potted sassafras trees up in this area so they'll just kind of all be together. Y'all, I had to go put my big coat on. It's so cold. These are seed pods for a privet senna that's right behind me, and right over there is a Bahama senna, and there are some other little privet sennas here. So, you know, we're already kind of set with a location for the sulfur butterflies. I love popping these seed pods open and sending the seeds flying and the little babies that come up. I just dig up and grow. So, grow babies. I've actually seen butterflies, sulfur butterflies out and about, and it's possible there could be babies on here. I'll have to check. But I really don't want to bring any babies in because of the ridiculously cold weather we've been having. Okay, so let's see. We've got the sulfurs, the zebra longwings, the Gulf fritillaries. We've got the monarchs, eastern black swallowtails, spicebush swallowtails. Oh, giant swallowtails are right back here in this corner with all my wild lime. Who else is there? Oh, eastern tiger swallowtail. Okay, they're the one that's going to be kind of hard because I have wild black cherry trees in 3 different locations. There's one beside me there, there's one over there, and there's one back there. And they're trees, so I can't move them. So they're just going to have to be the butterflies that are all over the place, which is fine because they're gorgeous and I'd love to have them all over the place. Next, I want every little nook and cranny to be filled with something that serves a purpose for the butterflies. Like these little hanging baskets right here, I put zinnia seeds in them, and look at them all. They're all coming up. They're so adorable. And this space right here, like right down here, there's just a bunch of nothing. There is a vine that comes up that I can't get rid of. There is a fire bush here, so that serves a good purpose. But really, I could have a bunch of pots of zinnias or something just filling up the space. As a matter of fact, all along this border that's just outside of the Florida room could be filled. Right now, there's a bunch of salvias that come up in here. But look, we get up here and there is a fire bush, and then this open area of not much. I love my snow in the mountains. They'll stay there. But this could be filled with something that blooms and attracts pollinators and butterflies. I don't want any open gaps in my garden. And when there are spaces to fill in, that means there's going to be reasons to shop at garden centers. And I'm here for that. But I'm also growing a lot from seed now. You could fill it with that too. Look, here's another space. I mean, what is this? There's a broken rocker, and then this whole section of nothing that could be flowers of some kind to feed pollinators and butterflies. And then the piece de resistance, the big neon sign. The entire center of my garden is going to be filled with flowers. Starting up here with my wildflower garden that does have random non-wildflowers like the pink penta that you saw in my garden tour video. And there is a Mexican sunflower that really, really needs deadheaded. I'll come out and do that. But this whole area right here is going to be filled with native Florida wildflowers. And then we move on in. We just did this in the tour, so I'm just going to go quick. To wetland garden, going to be filled with flowers. And then up here in the big 3 garden beds section, 1, 2, 3, nothing but flowers. The red pentas, there's going to be Mexican sunflowers, zinnias. And I'm thinking I might move these natives, my little native mountain, I might move them out and just fill this with zinnias. And I'll put those down in the wildflower garden to fill it in. Look how happy they are, though. You know what, though? I can just take the whole mound up and move it down there and just dump it down there. I think that'll be great. Look at it coming up. Look at that fresh greenery. Oh my gosh, I love it. So even though the weather's a little yucky right now, I did start some seeds in my seed starting video that I posted, I guess it was last week. And they're already coming up. And I've got pots of zinnias just coming up everywhere. Look at all these babies. So what I'm going to need to do is separate them out and start making little planters. Hello, sir. Start making little planters. Look, there's even one in there. Look at all of these. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. And I've got so many pots, and they'll just be full of zinnias, but not this full. And I'll put them down in the middle of these flower garden sections. Like I can just stick pots down there with the tall zinnias coming up, and it will just fill in this whole space with flowers. I'm so excited. I hope it works out the way I'm dreaming. And we will have the runway of flowers starting here and going all the way down and into the wildflower garden. And you know what would be interesting about that too is I'll be able to compare what's more popular, the pentas, zinnias, and Mexican sunflowers, or the wildflowers. So we'll see. And I'm not going to take out the wildflowers if they lose. And I'm not going to take out the pentas, zinnias, and Mexican sunflowers if they lose. It's just going to be an interesting observation to make. And voila, right over there is the milkweed garden for the monarch butterflies. And I'm sure there are butterflies that I have left off my list, but for now, those are the big ones that I know and love and have raised and know I can raise. And hopefully I'll be adding more, including the zebra swallowtail. which will be lured to my garden by this now dormant pawpaw tree. And let me tell you something. Even though now is the dormant season, and especially more north of me, it's dormant above ground, but below ground, the roots are getting stronger. The roots are growing a little deeper. So if you don't have snow on the ground and are in a zone where you do have some green, or your plants are dormant, but they're going to come back, now's the time to put your plants in. Actually, it really should have been on like October, November, but now's the time. Don't wait till spring and go shopping and buy all the plants and put them in. If you put them in now, their roots will grow and they'll put on a much bigger, better, and way more beautiful show for your spring garden. If you wait till the spring to get your plants, then they're just going to be that big. I mean, they'll grow faster, but if you put them in now, just think about it. Give them a head start. Even though they'll sit there and they'll look like they're not doing anything, they'll just be like, I'm just going to sit here. But underground, they're doing something. So there you have the plan. And it's actually already kind of in place, because I kind of just happened to have my plants arranged by section. I just didn't really realize it. I think the most challenging thing is going to be filling in all the empty spaces. And we're just going to do a little scan through of the section that's going to be full of flowers. So later in the season, you can come back and watch this video and you'll be able to see how far, or not far, but how far we've come. Look at my junk pile on my bench. Isn't that pretty? My junk pile. All right. I'll see you in the next one.